Moorlands Radio Sport, in association with Leek Building Society.
Thanks for joining us on Moorlands Radio. Just give us your assessment of this afternoon's showing here at the Cleric Stadium against Widnes.
Yeah, obviously the disappointment to start with of losing the game, but, you know, immensely proud of the performance we give. I mean, you know, I was just saying now, I thought we were good with 11 men, and I thought we were outstanding with 10 men. The effort we went through, the work rate we went through to defend against a really good team in Widnes, who will be up there, no doubt, come the end of the season. And yeah, to run them right to the end with 10 men and still create, you know, a couple of decent chances to go in front ourselves. So yeah, a little bit frustrated, but that's football.
I know it's all with buts and maybes, but if that was 11 v 11, we'd be talking about a completely different scoreline, I feel, full time. I don't know about yourself. Yeah,
it's hard to say that. You know, you never know how the game's going to go, but we come out and we started really well. I think keepers made 2 great saves, one from Max, which is an unbelievable save from a volley, about 8 yards out. I thought it was in. Yeah, we started the game on the front foot. The second half, especially down the hill, you know, it was really hard first half, up the hill, into the wind. And if you told me it was going to be 1-1 at half time before the game, and we were up the hill, I would have sort of snapped your hand off, because we know what to expect when you're trying to come out of there and you're under pressure. It's difficult. And unfortunately, we didn't have the benefit of that second half, with obviously Will getting sent off. And yeah, as I say, for the 5-10 minutes he was on there with the 11 men, we started the half really well.
Just talk us through the red card, two yellows, but the second one, there's a lot of controversy from various people as to whether it was a dive, whether it was a penalty. How have you viewed it?
Listen, I don't know if it's a pen, but it's irrelevant to me, because the ref's performance is miles off it. And I don't, you'll know, it's the first time you've probably ever asked me about the referee, and I'll just tell you, he's miles off it. Tries to bluff you with answers when you ask him. Don't speak to people. You're wasting your time. Like I just said, they'll go home, have a nice Chinese, have a nice bottle of wine, chill out, and the result makes no difference to them whatsoever. When I've got 11 men in there, or 15, 16 boys who have grafted their arses off for 90 minutes there with 10 men, and just the answers they give you for certain decisions is, you're wasting your time. Absolutely wasting your time. Telling me Kieran Napper doesn't want to jump for a header.
Because the player's got 2 hands on him, hasn't he?
He hasn't got 2 hands. He's got 2 hands on his shoulders. Yeah. So he can't jump. So you're right, you don't want to jump, because he can't jump. Yeah. So, I mean, that's at least 5 or 6 times in the last 20 minutes. Now, you've got a linesman no more than 5 yards away from him. You've got a referee with probably 10, 12, 15 yards maximum, and they're both seeing the same thing. The only 2 people in the stadium. Baffles me.
Yeah, and when they're bluffing you with answers, does that frustrate you then as manager, because you're trying to...
Yeah, because they haven't got the answers, right? Yeah. They haven't got the answers. I've got the question, I've got the answers. Yeah. I know the answer.
Yeah.
So when they're coming back with a load of drivel to me and Griff's on his refereeing course, will know 10 times as much as them, and they're trying to bluff him with answers. Come on, get a grip.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll talk about the equaliser, the goal, well-worked corner routine.
Yeah, it's one we've been frustrated with this season. We haven't really done it properly, really, and got the movement right, and we sort of changed the lead runner on it with Ethan, and obviously head back across, and Josh on his toes to put it away, and yeah, it's well worked. Yeah.
You take a break from the league now on Tuesdays, the Cheshire Senior Cup, a competition where we've had some great success for Congleton in the last couple of seasons. Hopefully continue it again this year.
Yeah, a big competition for us. We've done well in the last 2 years, obviously winning it, getting to the semi-final at Crewe last year. So yeah, one we look to do well in, one we will make changes in, because there's people who need games, there's people who need a little time on the sideline for a week or so. So yeah, we will make changes, but changes that if I had to start with any of our subs or bring any of our subs on, it doesn't make us stronger or weaker. So we had the bench to turn around to today. Unfortunately, the game went where it went, and it was hard to get our attacking players on, because we were sort of sat deep and obviously defending with 10 men. And that was a frustration today. We picked the bench where we had loads of options to come off and change the game for us, but unfortunately the game sort of worked out the way it did.
Finally, you brought Ollie Simpson in as a goalkeeper coach. How important is he going to be to the club, working with Dave Parton?
Yeah, Dave spoke to me I think last week or week before about it. and I think Dave's probably getting to a point in his career where he needs to do a little bit more. As you get older, you need to keep on top of yourself, and I think that's more the reason for it. And obviously, meeting Ollie and spoke to a few people about him, and really good at what he does, and Dave's delighted to get him in. Yeah,
I guess at the other end it can work as well, because he'll see things that their opposition's goalkeepers doing that you can pick up on.
No, yeah, definitely. Once we get together, obviously we trained Thursday, and today was our first time together. So I'm sure the relationship between me, Griff, Dodsey, and him will flourish.
Richard